Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Teach Better Today morning show where we are live every single morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern here with the Teach Better team. We have my two favorite topics that we are talking about. I was the one that put these on the organizational sheet that Katie always tells me I have to put things on, and my ideas are here. I'm so excited. It's going to be the best day ever. Katie Miglin's in the house, and we'll be right back. Hey everyone, good morning. We are live for Teach Better Today morning show. Katie Miglin is in the house and she's letting me be in charge. For those of you who don't know, Katie Miglin's kind of like a dictator and she's terrible to work with. So today is a good day.
The reality is we know who really runs the show, and it's not me.
It is not me. She puts everything on this sheet, and I can't talk about stuff if it's not on the Excel spreadsheet. And today is my day. So exciting.
Good morning, friends. Welcome. Start your day with Rae and I. Hopefully you've got strong coffee because it seems like we're going to need it today with Rae's topics that she's super excited about.
Are you saying this energy is not what you need on a Monday morning?
It's absolutely what I need, and I'm so glad you brought it.
This is what you need. Hey, also, it's a complete side note because I feel like I comment on your clothes all the time, but not always on the live. I like you in that sweater with like the black shirt. Like you look so cute.
Hey, thanks.
I feel like you could grab a cup of tea and cozy up on a chair with a, I don't know, dog by your feet and a warm fire and live life.
Okay, honestly though, this was like a COVID purchase. Like it was because it's super cozy.
Yeah.
And it's not like that cold outside, but sometimes like I get cold in the house. And it was like, like remote learning. We were literally sitting at a desk all day, which was so foreign to what we had been doing. And so it was if I was like, I need something cozy because I'm like cold in the winter in my house. So,
well, you know me, even in the classroom, like I would get fully dressed, but then always have something that I could throw over. It was like a coat or a jacket or a sweater because it would always be cold in my room. And I'm not saying I didn't want it to be cold. Like I hate a classroom that's hot. Like that's not, it's not what I want. But when it's really, really chilly, which I think is okay to have, I needed a sweater or something.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, anyhow, yeah, Katie, you look really cute. And you're winning the day. I think everybody should tell us in the comments what color they threw on today, because apparently we went like black and neutrals. I'm still rocking the red nail polish. I'm going to do this for a while. I think this is the new me post shoulder surgery. This is the new me.
Okay. I'm excited that there's been a change in a positive direction.
Yeah.
If there's other things that start to change, I will alert you that maybe you should.
Okay, I will let people know. Unfortunately, there was an episode about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, maybe at this point, where I had these really, really, really cool, like the coolest reading glasses. And I saw your comments. Y'all were haters. I did return them.
Good job.
But the red nail polish is staying, so deal with it.
The red nail polish is subtle. The other things were literally like bug eyes on your face. The red is like a subtle pop of color. I think most people can get behind that. So rock the red nail polish if you need like even like a colorful headband. Like shout out to Brie Fennel who she rocks a cute headband, loves some bright colors. I think you can get behind that, but I just felt like the glasses were just a lot in a small space.
Yeah, instead of doing bug eyes, which I will do, I'm just going to wait 10 more years to do it. And I'm going to rock like nail polish matching lip color. This is going to be the future life. Like someday someday I might show up with like, I don't know. I was just about to say green and I was like, ew, I'd never wear green lipstick. Okay, maybe not
nail polish.
Maybe I'll just do colored nail polish. Like I want to try yellow. I want to try blue. And like, I think I'm going to be able to survive it. Katie knows that this is so far out of my wheelhouse.
When I met Rae Hughart 100 years ago, she wore black nail polish only. Like it was always dark. So it was like black or charcoal, like really, really dark.
Yeah.
And then she went the other direction and had like just neutral. So it was like no color at all. Then she started growing her nails out and they were really long. But here's the thing that has always stayed consistent is I can always tell Rae's mood or like life based on her nails. So if her nails weren't done at school, I'd be like, what happened this weekend? What's wrong? Because I could like, that was like her therapy. That was her escape. And if she didn't get it done, then I was like, something happened in your life that you were not able to get your nails done. And so it's just been our secret way to communicate to each other.
Yeah. I want to be clear that there's no chip. These all look beautiful. And I do my own. I know it's so good. And these are a few days in. And I do my own nails. So that's why it's like my therapy is like, it's not like I'm going.
It's not like bougie and like goes all the time. It was literally like she would sit home and do them. And I could tell her mood based on what her nails.
Are you saying other people don't lock themselves in the bathroom and have like nail polish parties by themselves? Like, I feel like that's a thing.
I don't know that many people spend hours doing their nails, but then afterwards can like put into words like a whole project. Like you will literally show up to meetings and your nails will be done and you're like, okay, the whole time I was doing it, I thought through every single detail that needed to be around this project. And I'm like, when I paint my nails, I literally don't think about anything but messing up. Like I just like try to get them on the actual nail bed. You can like draft up a whole thing. You're like, hey, we're going to do this new course. It's going to be launched this date. And here's all the details. And I'm like, I don't know what's in your nail polish fumes, but it's fascinating.
Yeah, I have great nail polish fumes. That's good. Okay, wait, we have to talk about the topic that's actually on the Excel spreadsheet because it's not nail polish. Okay. But it's Monday and I wanted to like ease us in. So I want to celebrate with all of you. Throw those in the comments. Thank you for participating. Because, you know, you don't just need to be a consumer. You can be an active participant in the morning. This is legit. I need people's thoughts on this. So if you are like watching on your like TV, but you're like moving in and out of the room, or if you're listening to your headphones, but your phone's in your pocket, like this is the time to move to a spot where you can comment. We need you commenting. And if you're listening on the podcast of Teach Better Talk, I need you to like DM me or like take a screenshot, throw it in your stories or Twitter, like throw it somewhere because we need your vote. Every vote counts. Every vote matters.
Okay. Every vote matters. Let's do this.
Okay. I want to know your personal rule on food sitting out and it being acceptable to eat.
Can I ask some questions, some clarifying questions?
You are welcome to. Of course.
Are you talking about like food that was cooked? So it's like in its prime would be warm.
Okay, you believe that most food in its prime would be warm.
Okay, like
I eat cold food all the time. Like cold pizza is delicious.
Okay, but I'm not talking like you made a pan of brownies. Brownies are consumed at like room temperature. I'm talking like things that you would go to a restaurant, it would be served warm.
Yes, or served cold. Like, okay, but not room temperature.
Okay, so
like I feel like brownies don't count because don't people like make brownies? They put foil over it, and then the course of a week they eat it.
Yeah, but that's what I was clarifying. Like you're not talking like things that sit out because they can be at room temperature. You're saying it's either cold or hot. How long can they be out of their prime temperature?
And it's been left out. Would you still, like where's that line? Examples that I've experienced this weekend could be a pizza that was cooked late at night, still sitting out in the morning. Chicken salad that somebody got out at lunch that is still sitting out at like the dinner hour. A granola bar that you opened and ate half of one day and then it's still sitting next to your desk and it's the next day. Like, I want to know, what is your metric? Were those specific enough for you?
They were. Okay, I think here's where I struggle. I struggle with cold food getting room temperature.
Can I clarify though, before we get into this, I am putting out an announcement. I'm sure there's a scientific answer. And if you have it, put it in the comments. we are speaking ignorantly, like we don't actually know.
And please don't Google it, because we had a whole conversation at my house this weekend about a similar topic, and my husband just kept Googling it. And I was like, my phone has Google too. If I wanted a Google answer, I would have looked it up. I want to know like your in the moment decision.
Is there an answer on Google of how
Probably.
long you can? Okay,
Like,
if someone could Google it, we're going to talk so that we don't waste your time. But if someone could Google how long a frozen pizza is allowed to sit out, let me know. But go ahead. Go ahead, Kate.
Frozen pizza cooked, for the record.
Obviously. Ew.
I would say hot food getting to room temperature is less of a concern. I would say a couple hours than the reverse of cold food getting to room temperature. Because cold food has to be like, to me, I'm like, there's a reason it's stored in the fridge. There's a reason it's cold. Things that were hot, I'm like, well, like we serve room temperature food to children all the time because it's not, like it can't be too hot.
Wait, so it's interesting you say that. Obviously, because like a chicken salad that is prepared and put in the fridge to keep cold is different than like most people don't refrigerate their peanut butter that stays in the pantry.
Well, I'm even thinking like a pizza, like that could stay out because at some point it'll just stop being so warm. Like that doesn't bother me as much.
Like the cheese congeals.
Yeah, like it's not necessarily taste good, but it's not. To me, it doesn't feel as unsafe as like this is supposed to be stored in the fridge and now it's on the counter.
Okay, so proclamation, life or death, gun to your head. What's the rule?
Like how long?
Yeah, for cold food, you can have two different rules if you want, because of course it's you, and of course you're like, cold food is a different rule.
I would say like universally probably like 2 hours.
So let's say you come home after a fun long work day. It's like you went to a school basketball game, and so it's like super late. You're coming home. You throw in a frozen pizza. You eat half of it at 10 o'clock at night, and you're like, oh my God, I have to go to bed because I have to wake up super early to do the Teach Better Today morning show. You forget to put it in foil. You go to bed. You do the show the next morning. You go over to your counter, and you're like, oh man, the frozen pizza's still out. Do you wrap it or dump it?
Dump it.
Is there any part of you that wants to eat it?
0%.
Is there any part of you that if it was an apocalypse and you had to eat it, you would?
I probably wouldn't have gone to bed at 10 to get up for a morning show because I'm going to guess we maybe don't have like wake up calls during an apocalypse, but I don't know.
Okay, but during COVID we did. So that felt the same.
I don't think that's like too long. But okay, here's the other thing though I always lean on. Whenever
I have another scenario. Chicken salad was taken out by your partner and on the island with like pita, whatever else you're putting together. Dinner time. Do you toss a chicken salad or put it back in the fridge?
You went from lunch to dinner?
Yeah.
Probably put it back.
Okay, what if you went from dinner to next morning?
Heck no, garbage.
So you have an issue with the nighttime.
No, it's the time. Because once you say like nighttime, you're committing to like a minimum 5 hours. Like no matter how long you actually sleep, it's a minimum of 5+ hours.
Yeah.
So that to me is too long. But here is what I always lean on whenever I like argue with somebody about this. If it's like gotten gross, like if it's like, you like have shredded cheese. Yes. Like if it's like hard or whatever, throw that out. But I always lean on when you go to parties, and I'm not talking about like the bougie catered parties where they have like ice buckets and stuff. Things sit out throughout the course of the party. We like our Halloween party is several hours. Yeah, there are some things that maybe get like put back in the fridge because somebody's responsible and paying attention. But most of the time, all that stuff's sitting out and no one has ever gotten sick. And to me, I'm like, people, we're fine.
Katie, I just Googled how long can food sit out. The answer, according to Google, is 2 hours. This range of temperature is often called the danger zone. Never leave food out of the refrigerator over 2 hours. If the temperature is above 90 degrees Fahrenheit, food should not be left out for more than 1 hour.
So I was right. 2 hours. Look at me. I'm like Google.
Oh my God, you are like Google. We're heading into our team talk. I can't wait to see all your comments about eating leftover pizza 13 hours later. Hey everyone, welcome back to Teach Better Today morning show, where the Teach Better team gets to be live every single morning, Monday through Friday. Thank you for making this a part of your morning. Obviously, there's a lot of hard-hitting information happening here on the show. We're getting into our team talk, which I like to call the chips, salsa, guacamole, and queso of the show. It's where we get into the hard-hitting topics. We take listener questions. We come up with our own topics. Really, you guys run this segment, and you guys tell us what you want us to talk about to make us a little bit better every single day in the classroom or just people in general. Katie, we have a really like random topic we're talking about today. We're talking about YouTube.
Ooh.
And I really want to specify this came up in my personal life, and I want to highlight it in the classroom in case there's educators that aren't leaning on this as a resource. So I'm sitting in bed with our girls, and we're going through YouTube on like a random weekend evening. Like this wasn't scheduled at all. And we're seeing like what YouTube clips them up, like everything from like ridiculous cat videos to we watched like segments of Wicked on Broadway that are like on YouTube, whatever. And something comes up where it's like the fireplace, like what you can pull up. It's like the 12-hour fireplace. People do this all the time for like holidays. If they don't have a fireplace or if they don't want to light their fireplace, they like throw a fireplace up on their TV to like set the ambiance. And I did that, and the girls thought it was so cool. And I'm like, guys, we first off have a fireplace downstairs. So it's not like you've never seen it before. And second of all, I used to use this in my classroom constantly to like set the tone of the environment. So when students walked in either after lunch or during a time period, even after if one of those like really snowy, gloomy days, like you walk into the classroom, the lights are off, you just have this either really light music or only the music of a crackling fire up on your smartboard. And it just kind of sets the tone for calmness in the classroom. And then as I was still looking through all these videos, the girls thought they were like the coolest thing. I found so many versions, like everything from like a apartment in downtown London to a beautiful condo on the beach looking at the ocean to Christmas cafes to like literally everything you could think of. And they were so high tech, like really, really well done. Lights were slowly moving. Fire was typically going. Yesterday, I literally pulled up one where it was like raining outside and there was all these cozy pieces of furniture. And I just couldn't believe that both Matt and the girls were like, oh my God, these are so cool. We've never seen these before. And in my mind, I'm like, I use these as an educator all the time. And I'm wanting to make sure that our community knows how nice it is to bring in those sensory videos. So Katie, talk to me a little bit about your experience with these.
I 100% agree. I did it every time we had standardized testing. So anytime there was like, I knew a sustained amount of time, they'd have to be quiet. I didn't just necessarily want, I don't know, I just wanted to set like more of a cozy mood, And so I would either do like fireplace if it was the colder months. Honestly, sometimes I would put up like underwater ocean. So it was like literally just like fish swimming around. The only thing I will say is like know your students. And so the fireplace isn't easy to get distracted because it's the same, like essentially the same visual the whole time. And so that was a little bit better if I needed them to focus on what the task was. But if it was like, I don't know, like it was okay if they watched it for a few seconds and got a little distracted. Sometimes I would do ocean. I also loved, there was one I found that had really great music, but it was literally like, what are those things where they like are in the sky, but they're not in a plane, but they're
like a parasailing or like but you're talking about like free flying.
Yes, where they're like going through mountains
cool.
and valleys and stuff. So it was that, which was super cool. But yeah, I always did that when I didn't necessarily have to have anything on my board. So like the instructions were given and the activity was long enough. I didn't need to have like next steps on my board, but also just to like set some sort of mood so that it wasn't just like a cold classroom, like I wanted some vibe.
Yeah, I think that as educators, we're constantly thinking about how we want to bring information to our students. And the more you lean on the five senses, the more successful you're going to be in getting students to buy into whatever your content is. And sometimes you'll lean into the five senses in a variety of ways. One of the ways you can choose to do that is through the visual, the music that these YouTube like videos provide. And I just want to really just remind our group how diverse those options are. They're already created for you. I know educators love the concept of classroom transformations, but maybe it's a little too much work or whatever it is. I'll just tell you, YouTube does a really good job creating spaces for your students to transition themselves into a specific mood, and feel free to use that. I to be honest, probably use them more randomly than I should have. But that like I woke up a little grumpy and I needed the kids to chill because I wasn't at my best, like then I would make it a calm day where I kept that on most of the day. And if I need to give instructions, I would throw it up on my whiteboard versus my smartboard, like, because depending on what resources you have, it allowed me to settle, but also the students to like set the tone. And I love that stuff. So,
but also the other side, can I just say that like, even if you're trying to get more of that calming vibe, that's totally the avenue. But I've also seen a lot of success with people who use a lot of the kid workouts. Our kids love that. They come home from school and they like want to work out. If you type in like kid workout and a time frame, they usually give you like set workouts, and it's like they think they're playing a video game because it's like there's things on the screen they're supposed to grab. I watched my daughter's teacher use it last year at the end of holiday parties. So like after they would have like whatever their party was, the kids would be all like amped up, and before they got on buses to go home, she would let them do one of these like either yoga or whatever. And it was like, could be 3 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, but it was like a fun little interactive thing that again is pre-made, kid friendly. So whether you want to set like more of a calm vibe or you're looking to like get some of those wiggles out, like there's so many good options out there. Like you said, one tip is to add to your search ad free, like the words ad free, because sometimes educators, I'm not going to totally admit, might have not had those, and an ad pops up in the middle, and that does definitely change the mood, especially because some YouTube ads aren't super appropriate. So
well, gosh, if you're going to add in there's so many things for YouTube. I guess it comes down to like work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
And YouTube can either deliver information or it can help you in a variety of other ways, like setting a tone. And I think that that's just a good reminder for us. Like, you can do this without YouTube. You can find so many different ways to lead a workout or set the tone, and feel free. But just a reminder that like these things are out there and you can choose to use them, and it can be really effective. What's the other thing I used to do? Ad free is really good. There's another, gosh, I'll have to look it up. I'll post it on my Instagram. There's something that you type in. Oh my God, I will literally look it up. You type it into the URL once you have the link you want, and it loops forever.
And there's another one. We can drop some of this stuff in the comments, but there's another way that you can make the screen automatically full screen, so you don't have to worry about any of the border ads. There's lots of like tips and tricks on how to like make the YouTube school friendly, and just to cover your bases if in the event something like pops up. But such a good idea. So go check it out. Figure out how you can incorporate this week.
Yeah, because you'll either find a video that's like 12 hours, so you can like you run it all day and it doesn't matter. But there's also videos that were like really short, but I wanted it to loop constantly. So
I think there's a looping button.
There is, but is there something in the URL that like made it so there wasn't any pauses? Either way, Google those little transitions. They exist. If you're in your mind like, oh, I wish it did XYZ, like Google it. It probably can. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, thanks guys. This was just my like favorite topic. I love using this kind of stuff. I'm going to go watch a YouTube video to calm my stress after having to hang out with like Katie all day. So, hope you guys have an amazing week ahead. Thanks for popping into Teach Better Today morning show, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys. Bye. Hey, Teach Better community. Thank you so much for joining the Teach Better Today morning show every single weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We have so many resources for you outside of this live stream at teachbetter.com, including blogs, podcasts, and professional development that will bring our team to your school. Wherever you are listening from this morning, please make sure you are sharing and celebrating the incredible educators in this world. And hey, if you are listening over on a podcast to Teach Better Talk, we would love a 5-star review. The comments are always so entertaining. We'll see you tomorrow.